Meet the girl who is always allergic to water. We've all heard about the benefits of water. From bathing to outdoor leisure, this versatile giver of life covers 71% of the Earth's surface. But for 35 very unique people in the world, that clear, refreshing H2O has an effect hundreds of times more excruciating than rolling in poison ivy. Nia Selway of Hastings, East Sussex, was just 5 years old when she noticed that bath time was usually followed by a fierce itching and burning that covered her body. And it would only get worse. Selway was experiencing the early stages of what is known as aquagenic urticaria, which quite simply means she's allergic to water. Like most allergies, her symptoms intensified with exposure. Soon her parents were scrambling for answers, and doctors were quick to begin a process of elimination that started with shower gels and hair care products. But none of these things were truly the root of her growing discomfort. After many years of feeling unsatisfied with the doctor's inability to diagnose her, she began a period of denial through which she would bathe and live her life as normally as possible, all the while doing her best to discard the blinding pain that this simple routine brought her. As her reactions intensified, she began to find that a single tear rolling down her cheek would trigger the reaction, and worse yet, sweat. By her own admission, Selway admits that sweat is the worst pain. Finally, tired of suffering, Nia Selway took matters into her own hands and began using the internet to seek others who may also be suffering and to compile some information on her bizarre circumstance. It was then that she found another patient in North America who was dealing with a similar plight. The two of them were able to offer some much-needed understanding to one another, and shortly afterwards, Selway came to learn of aquagenic urticaria for the first time. She confronted a fresh set of doctors with her case, and they supported her findings, making her diagnosis official in late 2015. Unfortunately, there is no cure for aquagenic urticaria. However, armed with a name for her mystery ailment, she could begin seeking treatment. Because Selway is one of only 35 people worldwide to be afflicted by this condition, there was still much more to be done in the way of research, and even basic treatment would require that she travel to a specialist hospital in London. Here, they would try very different things to control her symptoms. Sadly, none of them worked. This meant that Selway would have to make certain sacrifices and adjustments in her daily life. But despite her determination, she says, "Living with it is a nightmare. When water comes into contact with my skin, it feels like it's burning. I'm in a lot of pain, and there's nothing anyone can do." In an effort to cope, Selway has developed a method of showering that requires her to soak for a controlled period of time before getting out. While intense pain can occasionally be delayed up to 5 minutes, she must stay in the shower until it stops. Even though water makes me have the reaction, it's the water that soothes it as well. I can never tell how long it will be in the shower because it depends on the level of my reaction. While increasing numbers of people are now aware of this disorder, Nia Selway found that the internet was filled with misconceptions and confusion surrounding it. Wanting to raise awareness and knowledge of the allergy, she took to YouTube, where she chronicles her journey and answers any questions that viewers may have. Some of the more common queries surround daily hygiene and hydration, and Selway has no qualms about opening up on such topics. Selway explains that like in many other skin sensitivities, her hands, which are exposed to harsher daily conditions than other, more sensitive skin, cope fairly well with short-term exposure to water, but a single misplaced splash could mean burning, itching hives. As for remaining well hydrated, after all, we are told to drink 8 glasses of water per day. Selway should be viewed as a mild case of aquagenic urticaria. She doesn't experience any discomfort from drinking water, however. Other people suffering with it have experienced severe reactions in their throat and esophagus following consumption. While she is okay to wash her hands and drink, when it comes to removing makeup, Nia says this is a different story. When I take off makeup with baby wipes and use toner and moisturizer, it really stings. My face burns for up to half an hour but I have to do it. As for future hope, her treatment currently includes testing various strengths of antihistamine and regular visits to a tanning bed. While this might sound like a fairly luxurious solution, tanning beds have shown great promise in the management of other skin conditions such as psoriasis and eczema. Throughout the entire process, Leah continues to inspire others by documenting her journey via her YouTube vlog, where she has over 51,000 subscribers and willingly answers questions to raise awareness. All the while, a severe allergic reaction is only a raindrop away.